Hello, welcome back to Urban Anime Podcast. We discuss your favorite topics. It's your boy Big Dog Ruff back on another week. Discussions, arguments, and whatever else that is to follow. I'm joined by a couple of friends. Who are you guys?
It's your boy Chill Guy bringing y'all chill vibe. Linkers and vibe.
It's your boy, Monkey D. Luffy, the real king of the pirates.
Man, it's your boy Law, man. Just chilling, bro.
I knew this shit was gonna happen, bro. I knew it.
Just
Zerka skipped himself and just didn't see.
Just look at him. I got him in the center of the screen too. Just look at him.
I'm used to going last. It's your boy
bro.
Clueless. I ain't never had a clue, still ain't got a clue.
Oh,
It
we
is
can
what it is.
tell. We can tell.
Acknowledge me as the only grandmaster, and yeah, acknowledge me as your grandmaster, Teflon Cabana. Yeah.
Refuse.
What's up, everybody?
Time for my favorite part of the show, everybody. It's called Versus Battles. We back at it again. Shishomaru from Inuyasha versus Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'm taking Karama.
Nah, we'll say this. Shishomaru does have a win con because of his sword and what it can do.
How
Right.
easy is it? How easy is his win con to pull off though?
And is he getting it off?
Remember, Shishomaru's sword, the Baisaga, with one cut, it's like an infection.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not a Inuyasha fan or Yu Yu
Remember,
Hakusho
Shishomaru
fan.
was the initial one that actually
This
killed
versus
Naraku.
do not apply to me, my
Yeah,
boy.
but is he getting it off against Karama?
And I stand on that.
Mm,
Stand on
Because I do believe, Shishomaru is the strongest person within the Inuyasha verse. There's nobody debating that fact. Getting a cut on Karama, I think it's plausible.
So out of 10, do you say 5 or 6?
I'll say 6.
I'm giving that to Karama 8 times out of 10.
that. So I had to fight.
No, not to me. No,
Yeah, I think it's a hot dip fight.
Karama OP could sit compared to Shishomaru.
We're not going to act like Shishomaru's not OP.
Compared to Karama?
Let's not get too crazy. But I like from like next man, but let's not get too crazy, man.
Joel.
Like I
Karama's
said,
a planetary threat by the end of the series, sir.
I understand that. But I'm also one of the few people that will say you can be planetary, but get beat by somebody severely weaker than you.
Wait, so
I'm under the same impression.
is
But
Yusuke
Karama has
planetary?
pretty much the same hacks because any wound he inflict on you, if he put a death seed in you, you just fucking dead. Cause it's gonna feed off your life force.
So wait,
Same with
is Yusuke planetary?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I wasn't trying to.
Shinsui, who was a A-rank demon threat, was planetary only using 20% of his power.
Okay.
Karama by the end of the series had far eclipsed him. Cause he became a S rank.
So okay. So final thoughts on who wins, Shishomaru or Kurama?
I'm taking Kurama.
Honestly, me personally, I think they both end up dying in this situation.
I'm about to say if they both need one scratch, at that point, I'm gonna say it's a draw. Because if all you need is one hit on each, if all they need is a singular scratch on each other before it's GG's, at that point it's a draw to me.
So let's say if you
But
add,
Karama is stronger and faster.
could take a blow to give a blow and make it a draw.
That is also true.
I could see that happening.
But if your blow but if your blow doesn't actually damage me, then you just took my blow for nothing.
That's the thing with Shishomaru's sword. I don't have to give a whole lot of damage for my win con to activate. I just needed my sword to touch you.
It gotta nick you.
Yeah, but
Nick
if you
touch
attack
you,
me,
if
you
nicks
attack
you
me,
or
and I know I'm about to lose, and it's going to be a close thing, I can have you attack me to give me an opening to attack you, and then now we
Yeah,
both
but
dead.
when your attack hits and it doesn't cut me because my durability is higher than your AP, what now?
I'm not going that far with that. I'm not going. If you're going that far with it, that's a crazy way to go with it. I'm not going that far with it.
You yourself have said the skill in
agree with you.
Inuyasha is not that high.
I'm not about to sit here and agree with you that Kurama's durability is so crazy that he's not going to get cut by a sword. If that's what you're going with,
Shishomaru?
but I'm not arguing and saying Shishomaru's durability is crazy because it's not. We've seen Shishomaru get nicked by a whole bunch of stuff, but he's also taken a whole bunch of stuff with face value and also pushed on.
Yeah, but his AP is not high. He has not shown nothing AP wise high enough to damage Kurama.
That's why I said his win con is his sword's ability.
So let's say you add a Kame into this from a Kame got killed.
She dies. Like she.
Yeah, I know for a fact she physically ain't cutting his skin.
She doesn't even come close to touching Shishomaru.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, go ahead and go into your release form if you want to. You still aren't fast enough. You still aren't fast enough to be in this debate.
Okay.
I like the compliment. I really do, but nah.
So as of right now, it's one for Shishomaru, one for draw, one for Kurama. So we'll move on to the next one. Muzan versus Toji.
That nigga, damn it, my parlay.
Oh, okay. I gotta
Low-key?
rethink this. I had this debate with somebody over the weekend, and they made me re-elaborate my thinking on this.
So question, do y'all think that the cursed object that Toji had that damaged Gojo would also
Inverted
damage...
Spear of Heaven.
Yeah, would that also damage Muzan?
If you go by verse equalization, yes.
Yes.
Then I got Toji.
After my conversation this weekend too, I gotta take it back to the only thing Demon Slayer really got over them is speed.
But even if you take speed, because where JJK sits when it comes to speed is weird. Like, I'm at the point where I don't even acknowledge the whole Mach 4 statement.
Yeah, you kind of just throw that out.
Referring to high tiers, and we seen how Maki did up against Sukuna, which was comparable to Gojo in speed. Even though Maki didn't do anything crazy, she was still able to like react and be involved in the fight. So you would automatically have to raise up Toji since they're comparable.
No, Maki is above Toji by that point.
What else?
I hate that people leave that part of that people leave out so much context in that. When Maki first awakened after Mai died during the Zenin clan exhibition, she was considered on Toji's level then. She got 2 buffs and then a month's worth of training. It is insane to say she stayed at the same level when everybody else got major amps.
My only counter is when Maki got to the point where she was okay. So we got to start doing this from now on. Spoilers for JJK season 3. When Maki got to the point where she was basically doing that training with the wrestler dude, I forgot his name. when she
Dio
was,
or Dido. It was
yeah,
one of them two.
during that fight, she kept making comments that like Toji had something else that I didn't have. Like there was something else that I'm missing. So from
Mentality wise, but they consistently said physically she was on his level. It was the mentals.
but afterwards, you would say that she basically got a buff, right?
Yeah, she got a buff.
So if her mentality was the only thing that was different from Toji, then I would say that they're comparable. What is the other buff that you said she had? Maybe
A
that
month's
might.
worth of training between the Gojo and Sukuna fight.
But at that point, Toji has been basically training in his body like for however long because we don't know exactly when the fuck Toji awakened to the level that he
We know he
was.
awakened young, but still, we got enough statements to say that she was equal to Toji. If you want to say she became fully equal to Toji after the Dio Dado training in the domain, okay, fine. You still have to add on an additional month of training, which would put her well above Toji, in my opinion. Because like you get a whole extra month. I was already on your level, and now you give me a month with the goal of fighting the strongest sorcerer in history. Everybody else getting buffed to shit, and I'm just sitting here staying at the same level. That wouldn't narratively make sense.
But wouldn't that also make sense that like Toji had time to train before going after Gojo?
Yeah, but all that was irrelevant because she was at that she was at that level before she went into her training. The story told us she, with all the experience and all the knowledge Toji had, she was equal to him before she went and did training.
I took that as like she was equal to him in regards to like physically, not experience and not mentality. She got the mentality later, and then I guess you can say throughout the month period she gained some bit of like experience.
And more strength and speed. Because remember, she could contend with 15 finger Sakuna in Megumi's body, and then she end up contending with essentially 20 finger Sakuna. That just lets you know she got an amp, a major amp in that month.
That's a fair take. I eh, I'll give it to you. Wasn't Maki able to land a black flash on Sukuna?
No, she tanked one. She couldn't land one. She don't have no cursed energy.
Oh. So
Tanking a
that
black
is
flash is low-key pretty.
true. I never thought about it. Like if somebody with a heavenly restriction was able to do a black flash, that would
Oh, you're the
kind
most
of
busted
be
thing in the verse.
insane.
No. You're the most busted thing in the verse if you got a heavenly restriction and a bottomless well of cursed energy. That's busted.
Like you telling me I get elevated physical stats on top of I can land black flashes because my cursed energy is just limitless. I don't have an end. Oh yeah, hold these consecutive black flashes, my boy. 8. Mink, 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 mink. Hey, I'm throwing out black flashes like my parlays just hit.
Consecutive normal punches versus consecutive black flashes.
All right, now let's not get ridiculous.
So we got another versus Gaara versus Doflamingo.
Oh, wait. We didn't get to really talk about it. I'm taking Muzan. I just thought about that. I'm taking Muzan only because even if the sword, the inverted spirit heaven works, it still wouldn't kill Muzan.
Why not?
Why do you say that? I thought you already said that the verse equalization would make it so that the
Yeah,
inverted
but
spirit
the
of
only
heaven
way
would be able to
Muzan
damage
can
him.
die, even in his verse, is to natural sunlight, and Toji couldn't keep him down. And especially if Muzan nick him, that poison is gonna eat him alive.
Yeah.
But wouldn't inverted spirit of heaven make it so he wouldn't be able to regenerate? No, because Gojo was able to regenerate afterwards. That is okay.
No, remember he didn't stab Gojo in the head with the inverted spirit heaven, which
He
is
stabbed him in the
why he
neck.
lost.
So do you think
Gojo
if
even said, "If you stabbed me in the head with that cursed tool, I would have died."
do you think if he was able to stab Muzan with the inverted spirit of heaven, Muzan would be able to heal from that to continue
Yes,
fighting?
because Muzan can heal from red Nichiren blades.
Bro, we've seen Muzan get like majority of his body deleted and come back.
He blew himself into like 100,000 pieces
And
and
came
then
back
reformed later.
and just came back like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. This just wasn't an issue to me.
That's true. I give it to you then. Muzan got it. Gaara versus Doflamingo.
Sands versus String.
Mm,
And remember, Doflamingo has a wink in him too. So
do y'all think Birdcage would kill Gaara?
Would Guard just be able to leave the birdcage?
If we
I wouldn't
if
say that, but I think because Gar can control sand, even with his gore, is Doflamingo still could get killed in that whole situation.
I
thing
get
is,
that
we
Dofi
seen-
can be killed, but if we do inverse equalization, Gaara really can't get out of the birdcage.
Yes, he
Because
can
he
with
can-
sand body.
Yeah, he can just turn his body to sand and just leave that bitch.
Okay, hear me out. The bird cage also is infused with hockey. So I'm pretty sure any Logia was not able to leave due to that. There wasn't many Logias there besides Pika. But I don't think anybody was able to leave. Even if Gaara did change himself into sand and try to get out, I would figure that the bird cage would be able to stop that just logically.
Wait, aren't they on like an island?
Yeah.
What's stopping Gaara from just covering that entire island in sand?
Doflamingo has an awakening that could turn into a string.
That is true as well.
So we're going sand, string, sand, string. At this point, it's a battle of stamina.
Not necessarily, because you gotta remember, Gara has sand in his gourd, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's Doflamingo. It'll be nice, but I still think Gar will get the drop on him in the end.
My win con for Gaara
That's a
is
very interesting one, though.
my win con for Gaara is always the same because Great Saiyan Mausoleum I think is still one of the best sealing jutsus ever invented besides like Reaper Death Seal. Yeah, besides Reaper Death Seal, I don't think there's too many other seals in Naruto that we've seen on screen that compare the Great Saiyan Mausoleum.
Totsuka Blade.
Can't you also do a sand burial with the Great Mausoleum if you decided to?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the same thing. It does both.
Oh, then yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked. Trap him under an 8,000-pound pyramid of sand and crush him.
But what's stopping
He's
Dofi
cooked.
from turning that into string?
It's infused with his chakra.
And blood. If you give him a guard, I give him blood too. Blood or gold, you get the pick.
But Dofi can change any of his surroundings into string.
You'd have to make the argument he can turn blood infused aqua sand into string. And at that point, I would argue if you're gonna go that route, there ain't too many people we've ever seen even control Gaara's goal.
But he's not controlling, because essentially we all know how Gaara makes more sand in the area that he's in. He just grinds rocks together to create more sand, basically, by breaking down the rocks into like little smaller pieces, essentially making sand. But that wouldn't make that sand any different than, like, yes, it's chakra infused, but it's chakra infused sand. It's still sand that can be converted into string.
If his chakras infused in it, no, he can't.
How do we know that?
Because we know that hockey can negate other devil fruit abilities, and if you have comparable or similar hockey, which we've stated chakra is comparable, similar to, so it's not in the realm of possibility to say that nah, he can't just override his shit because he has his own way of controlling it as well through his chakra.
So then at that point, wouldn't they both cancel out? Because I can see a situation like Akainu and Kuzan, where now the island is split because on one side is string, the other side is sand. I can see that.
Yeah, I can give it that. Like they can mess with elements outside, like because he can't just change Dofi's strings into sand neither. I wouldn't give him that ability. I just make it like whoever get to that part of the environment first controls that part. And if they override the other, they can't override, just flat out override it. So yeah, it come out to a battle of stamina.
I would give Dofi more stamina than Gaara.
Not me.
No, hell no.
Would
No.
you... Let me think. Never mind, I have to take it back, because the only people we've seen in One Piece with multiple day stamina have been Yonko or Admiral level. I don't think we've ever seen anybody below that have stamina that lasts like that.
Wait, how long Luffy?
24 hours plus.
Yeah. Then I would
Hold
give them
on. I can help
similar
your
stamina.
argument. I can help your argument. Jinbei and Ace fought for a couple days.
That is true. Didn't Cracker and Luffy fight for a couple of days?
No, 11 hours.
You know, that was Katakuri and Luffy. Cracker and Luffy fought.
If it
It
is
was
11
that long.
hours, then I see like similar stamina. This is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is actually way closer than I would initially believe.
No, because Gaara fought for a full day.
The final war was a full day?
No, the final war was
48 hours.
2 days. But remember,
the final
Gaara
war was
fought on the
48 hours.
battlefield against his dad first, and then Madara popped up, Edo Madara popped up, and then he went to the main battleground to fight. That was all that day.
Okay. I'll give it to
Yeah,
you. Gaara
Gaara
got it.
Gaara fought for at least 24 hours plus.
I'll give it to Gaara though.
So like I said, I was right. It comes to a battle of stamina, and I'll give it to Gaara. Because because I will say, there's not too many crazy stamina feats out of One Piece characters, to be honest.
There is, but it's only for the high tiers. It's really fun.
And very obscure characters. Like I said, that Jinbei Ace fighting for like 5 days don't make sense narratively at all.
But like, doesn't most Naruto characters have a way to regain chakra while using a little bit of it?
No, not
No.
everybody.
Naruto has a way around.
I think that's exclusive to Naruto, like having Kurama build up his chakra or Sage mode while he's fighting. And Jiraiya did it, like having the toads carry him around while he built up chakra. Well, I guess yeah, you can use summonings and other things, other forms of defense while you amass chakra. Gaara can fit in that stand shield and build up as much chakra as he wants.
Yeah, I'm about to say Gaara's defense is pretty much almost impregnable. So like he could literally cover half the island, sit directly in the middle of his half, and consistently just like build up his chakra while simultaneously encroaching on Dofi's space. And that's not too far fetched of a possibility for Gaara.
But I can see Dofi doing something similar to keep him from being able to do that. Especially if he doesn't have Shinkaku.
I don't know. We ain't never seen nobody in One Piece sit there and store up hockey.
Well, we've never seen Dofi struggle with hockey.
Yeah, I mean, we only seen him use armament.
So I'm like, I'll give it to Gaara because he could
he used conquerors, but he wasn't infusing it or nothing. So,
because you gotta think about it, you have to maintain control of half an island or you lose the battle. So your stamina is already getting split, and y'all are still fighting for control till this very second. So you kind of can't like back down.
Kaido was able to do it.
So if you don't have a way, if you don't have a way to like, so if you don't have a way to like rebuild your stamina to keep this war of attrition going, and we've seen Gaara just sit somewhere and attack, mind his business, and not really exert a lot of energy.
Okay, we'll give it to Gaara then.
So it's not. So yeah, he could literally just sit there, build up his stamina as much as he wants, encroach, and once he finds a crack, it's GG's. Sand mausoleum, sand burial, die. I'm going home.
Up next is Inuyasha versus Muzan.
Inuyasha versus Muzan?
Mm-hmm.
How do you want Inuyasha to die?
I'm not gonna lie, the moves are clear, but it's not even funny.